Hey everyone, it's Stan, and welcome back to my little corner of the Linux verse. Don't mind the big black void over there. We'll get to that in just a minute. In my first video, I introduced myself and what my channel is going to be about. In my second video, we went back to the late 70s, and I explained how my obsession with Lego actually started, which these days is more virtual Lego. And in my third video, well, we went to the beginning of the 80s and I showed you some of the games I played on the Atari 2600. And for the record, I have played less ancient systems like NES, Super NES, Xbox 360, the Wii, so on. For this video, we are going to now journey to the mid-80s and into the era of home computing. It turns out that in grade 7 I was introduced to the Apple II at my school, and basically we spent a year there learning about, well, how to do basic programming and all the wonderful things that the Apple could actually do. So to all you Apple users out there, hello. Well, you have to be an Apple user to get that, I guess. Still, don't worry about that big black void there. Like I said, we'll get to that in just a minute. I moved to a new school for the following year, and a new school didn't exactly have a computer lab. But Christmas came around, and would you know it, my brother Dan brought the family a home computer. It wasn't an Apple or a Commodore or anything like that. It was an Atari. Specifically an Atari 130XE. Man, I was in heaven because for the first time I got my hands on a computer that I could learn at my pace, that I could learn as quickly as I wanted, and yes, it did come with a whole heck of a lot of games. Now, to the big black area on the other side of the screen. As you may have guessed, I have an emulator going, and it is currently emulating an Atari 130XE. So let's see what we have here, shall we? Well, that wasn't all that great. We have a self-test. I should probably also put the speakers on so we can actually hear what is going on. Also, I think what I'll do is I'll just go into the emulator settings, reboot this so you can hear what exactly it sounds like. And as you can see, we don't really need to go here. We could have just hit Shift F5. Okay, so this is the self-test. We can test for the memory, audio-visual, keyboard, or do all tests. However, I don't feel like doing any tests today. I feel like getting right into the heart of everything. So let's make a few changes and do that, shall we? Gotta love the old pause, resume, record feature. Speeds things up. Okay, so here we are at the ready prompt. We have basic loaded up to do programming. And let's see how much memory we have. Wow, 37,902 bytes. That's nice. No, what's more interesting though is currently we don't have DOS loaded, so whatever we type in, we really wouldn't be able to save. So let's make some more changes and see what happens. And DOS is loaded, and let's see how much memory we have for our basic program. Not much of a difference there, a little bit less. 32,272 32,274 bytes. Get a little tongue-tied here. Yeah, so that was just our little foray into this for those nostalgic enough who've had an Atari before. But let's get into more the nitty-gritty, shall we? Yep, just finished typing a little program, so let's see what is here. Little demonstration program for you. And to explain things a little, because I didn't feel like typing out a bunch of remarks and everything, we have the following. We have, well, the cursor doesn't go visible in the Atari playfield area. Well, that's fine. Line 10 sets up a graphics mode called Graphics 3. It has 40 chunky pixels across and 24 chunky pixels up and down. And we have a little loop going from lines 20 through 40. So line 30 will be executed about 12 times, and it'll plot a point at the left side of the screen and go across all the way to the right and keep going down and down and down. And that'll be in color number 2, which is currently blue. Similar thing with lines 50 and 60. They will be doing color 3, which is a light green, and that'll be for the bottom half of the screen. And line 70 will use color 1, which is like a light orange, and it'll be drawing something else. So let us run this and see how it goes. Not half bad. Not half bad at all. But there's a little problem. Turns out I got a couple of the colors mixed up, so let's make a correction. Hit the reset key. Press the program again. 80 go to 80 is needed. If it wasn't there and the program ended, well, it would go back to the screen because graphics 3 has a tendency to... Oh, that is interesting. I had graphics 3 plus 16 there. Unfortunately, it turned it into something else. That is not good. I wonder what happened there. No problem. We will use the insert key. Put that back. Or, to be safe, we can just go like this. When you append a 16 to whatever graphics mode number, it merely gets rid of a little text window, an optional text window at the bottom. Oops. Go ahead and hit enter. Actually, we'll make sure this is okay. Yeah, let's run it again. That's better. Still not exactly the world's greatest masterpiece, but better. And that is just one little look into programming, correcting bugs, that sort of stuff. And like I said, with the graphics 3 and the text window, if you're curious as to what that actually is, I'll just do a shortcut to the bottom. I'll show you in a minute. See, the text window is actually blue. That didn't turn out right. We didn't get to see the little ready prompt. We'll get rid of line 80. It'll end the program right there. There you go. Just an example of, well, what they call debugging a program, I guess. Or, in this case, just making a few minor changes for different demonstrations. Yeah, that is my little demonstration of the Atari. There'll be other demonstrations later, I'm sure. Typically I'll try and do these on, well, every Saturday. And yeah. In the future I'll also be showing you some Atari games that I've played and that my family has played as well. Gotta show the games. And again, I'll try and make this every Saturday. So, for now, I will bid you adieu. And until next time, goodbye. Later.